Welcome to Inkfluence of Art. Join us for a Hallows Eve lore. The Silent Witches of the Dark Covenant. They call them the Silent Witches, the darkest and most feared of all covens, guardians of the Covenant's throne. Their hidden domain, sometimes whispered of as the Bermuda Triangle or the edge of the world, lies cloaked in secrecy, a mysterious territory from which none return unchanged. Centuries ago, the dark history began in Wurzburg, Germany. During an era of rampant fear, those who practiced healing were accused of witchcraft, hunted by mobs in the fervor of blind faith. Those healers who escaped fled deep into the forests or across the waters, but even there, they were pursued. In one final attempt at survival, 6 healers escaped on a makeshift raft, drifting into the night as flames consumed the forest behind them. They were never seen again, vanishing into legend. Years later, the tale of the Lost Covenant became a chilling local lore. Then, on October 31, 1944, a group of 6 teens in Wurzburg set out to retrace the witches' last journey on the river. Armed with only candles and courage, they drifted into the darkness. As the river pulled them further into the unknown, they soon lost their way. Hours later, the townspeople spotted their empty boat washed ashore far from its origin. Only 2 of the 6 teens remained aboard, cold, silent, and seemingly trapped in a stupor. They were haunted, unable to recall anything of their journey, or the whereabouts of their friends. Over the years, curiosity persisted. The legend endured, and some dared to brave the waters in search of the Silent Witch's secrets. 10 years later, on Halloween night in 1954, another group of 6 set out with the same intention. Once again, the boat returned empty, with only 2 survivors, pale and speechless, consumed by a fear that no therapy could reach. By 1980, after decades of strange disappearances, the town council banned any river expeditions on Halloween night. But in 1980, a group of history students from Canada ventured to Wurzburg, intent on documenting the lore for a historical project. They met with locals and scoured archives, eventually meeting a strange man, Ed, who claimed to be one of the teens from the 1944 boat. Ed shared fragments of memories he couldn't fully comprehend, of silent, ghostly witches surrounding him in darkness, hissing like an endless storm. The students gathered their notes, planning to reenact the witches' final journey by the water on October 31. But as they huddled near the river that night, flames leapt from their fire, and a wind rose suddenly, swirling the flames higher. A sudden wave engulfed them, pulling them into the depths, their screams swallowed by the blackness. Days later, the students' recording equipment washed ashore, but the students were nowhere to be found. Ed vanished, and all records of the survivors of past incidents mysteriously disappeared. The lore of the Silent Witches grew, as did the dark belief that one day, the Covenant would return to reclaim the earth in shadows. Now, the townspeople still murmur warnings each October, telling of the Silent Witches and the mystery that no one dares to solve.